One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to Acrisure Stadium, home of the Pitt Panthers. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the SMU Mustangs, Pitt lined up for the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the SMU Mustangs offense has the ball first today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day, and I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance, so I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe
breaks into the open, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent, establish the run game early on offense.
And the Mustangs just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Back to throw, it's Owens. Snagged out of the air. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Mustangs can really attack on this second and short. They'll run it. On his feet at the 40. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1, was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow, he is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They're going to run it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you got to get locked into the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators will tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking to get it in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need 1 more yard. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Pittsburgh's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down,
he's got it at the 20. Touchdown, Pitt! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll leave it with him. Crosses the 35. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. For just a second, let's take a big picture view of SMU. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range that people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love. Now, Jesse, how do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
And the Mustangs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air, it's Owens. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Guys, let's have a look at SMU. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. Four-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
Caught close to the marker. It's Knight. There he goes. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Mustangs!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done, and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14. Leaves it with the running back. Danced his way through traffic. Pick up a 4 to the 19. And the Panthers want to pick up the tempo.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Hard running there. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. The Panthers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Off the play fake. Got it on the outside. It's Shields. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Number 10, on to kick it away.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Back to throw, it's Owens. Finds his man, it's Singleton. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team? The Mustangs will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. A lot of urgency for this offense. Let's look at the big picture for Pitt. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
Oh, better look out! They'll make the stop right there, but Pittsburgh moves the chains and they have a 1st down.
But on 3rd down, he calls his own number. Really nice job by the quarterback, making the decision, being decisive. He does a good job going, getting the 1st down, a new set of downs for this offense.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. And the Panthers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down.
Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy. And he's able to get the tackle for loss.
And wings it incomplete. Guys, let's talk for just a second about Pittsburgh. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? Pitt will have to boot this one away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. That's reeled in. It's Cooper. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now on 2nd down. Tight end now in motion. Give to the running back. Got enough for the 1st. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down. Now on first down from the 40. Might as well give it to him again. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
Looking to throw, it's Owens. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Nebraska is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Lincoln for some time. They're up by 28 over Minnesota. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The sure hands, it's York. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Pitt pushing the pace. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. The short hands, it's York. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Got his man. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Thomas. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to fire. Quick strike complete. Touchdown, Panther! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like,
oh, they blocked the extra point. He picks it up. Remember, he can take it back. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
It's the runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. And the Mustangs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Owens. Grabbed over the middle, it's Knight. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Got him downfield. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Makes the catch at the 20. Touchdown, Panthers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Dropping back, it's Owens. Finds his big tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, SMU.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Throws from the tight end. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. This one's complete. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Pittsburgh. What a fine performance we've seen. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the Steel City.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down.
At the 28.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and settle down.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Scanning the field, it's Owens. Bringing the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Going for the big play. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, SMU.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Got it in the middle. It's York. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. Second down, they'll go to the air. Using the quick game. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Panthers in the hurry-up.
I feel like this guy's having one of those games. It happens maybe once in your life. He's just been open everywhere on the field. He's been lighting up the scoreboard. He's turning these defenders around. They just simply can't cover him.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Looking for space, it's Jamison. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He wants it all. Touchdown! Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Quick strike through the air for the score. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. That lead has dwindled down to 3 now to see if they have a response. Looking to throw, it's Owens. The throw. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Back to pass. Got it in the middle with Singleton. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
At the 36.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Catch in the middle. It's Knight. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. That last catch puts him over 150 yards receiving on the day.
Reese, this defense has no answer for this guy. And it doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's run or who's been covering.
Turning it on! Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Mustangs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back.
Touchdown Mustangs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops from and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Grabbed in the middle, it's York. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Pitt right back to the line.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He hurls one deep down the left side. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Pitt!
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it.
Receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll try the run. Got the first down and still on his feet. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse, showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards. And
breaks into the open. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. And the Mustangs look to keep this drive humming. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires downfield. Complete to the right. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got to lead. There's no reason to get concerned. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On third and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And you hear people talk about the 4-minute offense all the time in football. What does that mean? That means you're getting first downs, running the clock, and just right now physically dominating up front. Nice job by this offense. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him.
Touchdown, SMU! A great catch and run for 6.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Robinson. And the returner is stopped. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Plows through the defense. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. Pitt pushing the base.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Gets the back moving. To the air on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Jamison. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the...
There he goes! They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. And the Panthers have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Zings it complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. Easy call for the refs. This is now a 7-point game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Phyllis, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Ball State is currently ahead in this one, but let's remember, this program has just one bowl win all time, so nothing is a given in Muncie. They're up by a field goal over Eastern Michigan. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game.
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Mustangs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Makes the catch. It's Cooper. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Two-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. And the Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
It's really hard to dial up big completions vertically down the field. At this juncture in the game, it's the 4th quarter, and the defense is playing with extra DBs on the field. They know you're going to throw it. Ball falls incomplete.
Flips it out on the screen. It's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10.
What a great job by the defense here, playing with the lead, knowing the opponent needs a touchdown. They're just trying to get to the ball and punch it out. They practice this all week, and it comes up big for them late. That turnover is going to seal this thing.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at